Hey, I just graduated from college. This is the Peak Design Everyday Backpack, and I am going to give a review of it before I say goodbye to it. Okay, so some quick backstory about me and this bag. I bought this year about bought this bag about 2 years ago when I was getting more into photography, and I just wanted something to carry all my gear, my new 5D Mark II at the time, and as well as something that I could bring to classes like my daily commuter. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to fulfill my requirements as a daily commuter, but it was still serviceable as a go-to bag for all my photography needs. While it was not good enough to replace my North Face Recon that I've had for 6 years, and man, these straps are just so much more comfortable in general. I can show you actually how it fits on my back and how it just wasn't quite comfortable enough. So it fits like so. So I am 6 foot, almost not quite, almost 160 pounds. This is how it looks on my bag. You can tell it's a little small, especially a little narrow. So, I mean, if you're a bigger guy or just have like wider shoulders, I would advise getting the 30 liter at the very least. That is something I still regret to this day. And but now people get to hear about my experience with a freaking 20 liter on a 6 foot guy. Okay, I think that's enough backstory. Let's get right into the pros because there's a lot of really good things about this bag. People online are justified in terms of how great they think it is. The first pro is, I mean, the look. Most camera bags, they don't look the most stylish. This undoubtedly has that great unique look to it. Personally, I do like it kind of looking like that, a little higher, but that's also because I have a bit of a taller frame. It's undoubtedly stylish. It's good in both colors, honestly. It's cool stuff. You always get like a lot of remarks about this bag saying like, oh dude, nice bag. Where'd you get it from? How much did it cost? It's so iconic at this point that if you spot someone with this like across campus or in the dining commons or whatnot, you know that they are at the very least interested in photography or just have a lot of money. So yeah, you know, cool stuff there. The second point is what we all care about as photographers and filmmakers is that how can this protect my gear and get my stuff all in one place without, you know, my lenses and whatever being compromised. So yeah, if I can open this up real quick for you guys, it does the job really well in terms of how padded it is. Like this thing is thick. It does have a bit of a weight even when empty, but you can tell that like it's really well reinforced. There's a good waterproof covering on the ends. Never had a problem with rain at all because of that. And everything about it just feels premium. Again, I've had it for 2 years and it still feels like it has another decade left in it. Right, so what I wanted to carry in it, 5D Mark II. Again, like there's no problem fitting a full frame camera or a smaller mirrorless camera like a Sony. Fit fine in here. Yeah, it just works well. It feels solid. Your stuff will be guaranteed protected. I have a quick anecdote that I want to share telling you how protected this bag is. So I was carrying glass bottles around campus, and these were stuff that I was selling, and I literally just stacked the bottles, the 4 of them, one on top of another, and I put them in this pocket right here. Now what I wanted to do is transport them, but I was skating with this backpack on, and I made a turn that was a little too fast for how slippery that ground was, and what happened was that I fell on the ground, and I definitely felt this backpack like hit the ground. And this is just like glass in my backpack. So I opened my backpack, looked at it, and the glass was fine. If like simple like glasses for drinking can survive a fall, your lenses will be fine with their metal casings and whatnot. So yeah, you're really good stuff. After that, I was like, man, this is a premium backpack. I'm glad I bought it. Yeah, just really no regrets in terms of durability. You know, get your stuff into one place. You'll get your stuff to the destination in one place. All right, the next thing is these side pockets, which I think are really cool. I've never really had a backpack quite like this in terms of the just really smart design right here. You have all these nice pockets, which you know, people like to put pens in them. I put Sharpies in them. I put SD cards, cables, and this, even the pocket right here stretches out a lot, so you can put a ton of stuff into here without really like worrying. And what these are doing on both sides of the pack is actually giving you a lot more storage space than you might originally thought, because you can store stuff like this, and then you can close it, and now you have magically extra room on the width of your bag, which is really nice. All right, the second thing I want to talk about is this expanding pocket. I forgot what it was called exactly, but it's this thing with this metal clasp. Opens like this. Now, this is nice because, yeah, although this bag might seem a little small, especially for me, once you open it up from this size to all the way to the biggest size, which is like this, then you suddenly have all this space that just opened up, and you can store like jackets and you know, more equipment if you like more, maybe more durable equipment or whatnot, and clothes in general. It's just nice. In terms of the mechanism, it still hasn't failed me at all. It feels very sturdy. It's not anything that'll fail. I do have some problems explaining to my friends sometimes, but once they figure it out, they think it's very intuitive, very cool. It's just something you don't see on a lot of backpacks. I have to go grab my keys for this one. I want to talk about the key system, sorry, the key locking system, because the bag comes with something like this. And what this does is that it ties onto the side of the bag like so. And what you can do there is have a nice place to store your keys. I would recommend this like wholeheartedly. It is an amazing system. Basically, you put their Peak Design patented or whatever little red thing on your keychain. It doesn't take up too much real estate, as you can see, but it is also just really good at securing your stuff. Just like how it is on the canvas straps, you just put it on, nice, click. You can hear it, feels good. You can do it with one hand. Most people don't know how to use it too, so that's like kind of good in terms of preventing thieves from stealing your keys. Always makes me feel secure, and since my keychain is a little thick, it doesn't fit very well in terms of my like normal storage space. So yeah, good job there, Peak Design. I really do wish more backpacks had this, and I would like definitely buy this system on its own. If they sold it, they probably do. The last pro to top it all off is I just want to give just another reminder, I guess, adding on to what I said before about the quality. I mean, it's super premium. Again, you're gonna pay for it in terms of how heavy this bag is empty, but man, it's so secure. And just a little tidbit adding on to that is the zippers and everything feel good. I know they're waterproof, and the inside feels good. This insider system hasn't failed me in terms of how like, I guess, tight it feels. It feels very springy in terms of how it goes in and out. And then also, like these straps, while they're not the most comfortable, I'll get into that later, they are very good at, you know, they feel very good. They're not going to, you know, break apart anytime soon. All the leather feels good. I don't know how genuine this leather is, but it does feel nice. This strap has always felt good in terms of just grabbing it. Even when the backpack's really heavy, I feel secure holding this. There's a hidden hidden pocket right here. And yeah, you guys can see it right there. And I actually use this, I use this a lot. It's supposed to be used for your passport, but I really used it for keys, for my wallet, for my cell phone, for my passport. And yeah, it's good. Honestly, if it didn't have that feature, I'd probably find myself using this bag a lot less, because it is nice to just have that pocket in front of your bag where you can store things really easily. Now it's time to start to talk about cons about this bag, and man, there are quite a bit of them. I wouldn't have kept this bag for so long unless it had some really redeeming values, which I just mentioned. So let's get into the cons. The first thing, and one of the big reasons why I didn't end up using this as my daily driver, is that it's just like, okay, it feels fine now, and this might be okay if you're just using it for light carry, but it's not that comfortable, and it really has that, it kind of feels like you're carrying a box on your back, on your bag, on the back of yourself. It really feels like you're carrying a box. And yeah, it feels fine now. I like to have my backpack sit high up on myself, so generally like this, but I do know that the design for this bag was designed to be a little more lower, kind of like so. I mean, I just as an everyday bag, I really can't agree in terms of using that as as the primary way to carry my gear, because I have like an active lifestyle. So if I need to skate somewhere, if I need to bike somewhere, that's just not going to cut the bill. People on the move more might have to think about that as a concern. Also, due to the way it sits so closely to your body in a really vertical sense, it doesn't conform to your body like this bag does. It's more of honestly like a hiking, camping bag. It doesn't conform very well. So if you have a lot of gear, just really start going into your skin, especially because these straps, while they do feel secure, they're really not that thick. And also, I don't know, there's something about it that doesn't distribute the weight very well. I know Peak Design has advertised that their strap system does rotate to give you more control, but it just doesn't feel right in terms of no matter how I twisted it, it didn't feel comfortable. And that might be because I am, again, 6 foot with almost 160 pounds. But maybe for smaller people, I'll be fine. That's a problem I hit a lot. Okay, so now let's actually do a quick test to see if it's comfortable for other people too. So now what I'm gonna do is start carrying a bunch of my camera gear in here, and I'll kind of tell you guys and show you guys how it feels. This is a 5D Mark II with a 70-200. And this is a Hydro Flask 18 ounce, and we'll also be putting my laptop in it, which is right here. So this is a MacBook Pro, 13.3 inch 2012. And yeah, that is quite a bit of weight, but that is kind of the weight you would expect for a decent shoot. And I even put in another lens, and man, that is just, So ready, you can feel the weight start to bear on you. The way it works is that since the camera is generally going to be put on the lower part of the bag, because that's how you generally want the weight distributed, just how the bag works. You're going to feel weight coming in there. But yeah, man, it's quite a bit of weight. It's doable now, but in terms of like walking with this bag for like 10 to 15 minutes, or even like carrying it at an airport for like 30 minutes plus, it's not going to be that comfortable. And again, this is just like in terms of what I consider a minimal kit. This doesn't even consider like a tripod, multiple lenses, papers and whatnot. And now, yeah, what we're gonna do now is give it to people and let them see if it's comfortable or not. Because just my opinion is not gonna do everything, right?
Right. Yeah. It's, how should I say? It's stiff.
It feels like there's
very
like
stiff,
brick on your
but
back.
I feel like the weight is distributed pretty well, pretty even. But it's just like stiff.
On single arm, I like it. Very comfortable.
It does feel good single arm.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
Right. I do like the stiffness because it's straining my back.
Okay.
All right. And then I think that if it's for a long time carrying this, this actually will be good.
Really? Okay.
Yes, because they keep your posture straight, so you can keep walking and then.
How does this feel right here?
I feel very comfortable.
It feels very comfortable?
Feel very comfortable.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me then.
Right.
Okay, so you think this is comfortable. What about this bag? Because this is my everyday bag, and it's about the same weight right now.
It's comfortable but very stiff for me. Actually, I like that one better.
Really? Okay. Why?
Because that one, it distributes the weight evenly, and I feel it's stiff, but it's firm.
This has better back support.
Yeah, this one has better back support, I feel like.
All right, for single arm, I think that I still like that one, but maybe I can tighten this, shorten this. Almost same comfort.
Okay. Oh wow.
With that. Okay. So overall, I like that one. This one better.
Oh my. I think because we're skinny, but our shoulders are still a little broad, so that's why it's like kind of screwed up. Where our torso is like not that big, but this is, so like the weight gets distributed kind of weirdly.
Oh yeah. Feels like there's like just pressure in like all the wrong places on my back. That's how I had to describe it. It'd be like if I went to like an acupuncturist, or not actually, like a massage therapist. Right. Yeah. And they're just like, all right, trust me, I know what I'm doing. And they start just like jabbing me like everywhere with their fists instead of like doing the, the kneading motion. I will say this is making me stand up straighter for some reason. But also there's like, while it's making me stand up straighter, there's also like a weight that's like right above like the curvature of my spine there.
Oh.
So maybe a little too straight.
Do you want to try tightening it or loosening it?
I probably do. I feel like a buff guy right now. I can't even like reach forward.
Yeah, because it likes to
yeah, definitely does not. If I loosen it more now, there's just a weird empty gap where this space would be. Before, okay, here's like my butt, all right, and then like my spine where the curvature was like right there.
Yeah.
And the backpack used to be resting there. But now, there's just a big empty space, and I can just stick my hand through it. So now it's just kind of resting on my butt bone. Tailbone? Hip bone? I don't know what you call that thing. If I was like hiking or something, like, nah.
So I think this one is just miles more comfortable.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Because it immediately has the same thing where I feel like I'm standing up straighter, but there's not that weird weight going on right there. It just like conforms to like my back very well.
Yeah.
Wait, and I can reach forward, dude. Like.
Yeah, because actually it conforms. Yeah.
Also, it's just softer there. Dude, I feel like I can like be a ninja while wearing this.
Yeah.
Also, I like the look of this one, but in terms of actually wearing it, it just feels like just a big stiff piece of like plastic and whatever. Just what are backpacks made out of? I'm really dumb.
So I did talk about how I wanted to bring a tripod using this bag as advertised on shoots. And just because this bag isn't that tall, and due to the system that they have going on here, no matter how you do it, it doesn't feel secure at all with the tripod. I use a Manfrotto Boggin tripod. It just doesn't hold it very well. I wish there was a better solution in terms of carrying a tripod, because I wish a bag could do that, and I end up just carrying a tripod a lot of the time while having this on my back. Okay, I want to talk about the water bottle storage, because that is definitely a necessity for your everyday bag if you want to stay hydrated, because you gotta drink water. This right here is not a big water bottle by any means. It's probably only like marginally bigger than your standard plastic water bottle. I've seen a lot of people at my college have like those big water bottles, and I do have those too. And there's basically no way you're gonna fit those bigger water bottles in here. This is like the maximum I would go. When you do put the water bottle inside this bag, it does press in on the inside. So if this bag is packed to the brim, yes, you will be able to fit a water bottle like this inside, but it'll be very tough. And also, if you have anything bigger than this water bottle, it's just not going to work at all. This is like, the perfect size for this bag, but anything bigger wouldn't work. And yeah, these right here, they have not really stretched out at all, even after 2 years. Granted, my water bottle isn't that big. Maybe that's something will happen if you have a bigger water bottle. Just didn't happen for me. Whew. The next thing is these external carry straps right here. So this was a beautiful idea. I really respect what they tried to do here with, you can use it to carry anything. You can carry a yoga mat, shoes, drone. And I did use it, especially for my shoes. And I tried that a couple times. And no matter how I finagled it, just like the tripod, maybe it's something about these straps not being thick enough, or these like loosening too quickly, but it just didn't hold shoes. And I would constantly feel shoes drop out of my bag onto the floor and have to try to like tie them back in. I don't even want to try putting a drone on here as they advertised. Yeah, that's really a bummer, because this had potential to be cool. I just don't use it at all anymore. Maybe you could find a use for it. Just caution there, big caution. Okay, next I want to talk about just like storing stuff inside that isn't camera gear. So while this does work generally pretty well for camera gear, especially this mid to lower, smaller size stuff. Oh, this isn't that small actually. If you're buying this to put your books in, or your notebooks, maybe your jacket, you're probably gonna have a bad time. Like, I know this hurts to say, because like this is like an everyday carry bag, but it just isn't long enough to carry your books. So what you have to do is organize this stuff and take out this Velcro to orient it in a way where you'll be able to hold your non-camera stuff. But the problem with that is that this is really, really Velcro-y. And to take that on and off and orient it in the correct direction is just a pain. There are guides online on how to orient it in the correct direction. I don't like to finagle with that. Maybe you do. Another small problem I had, and you probably won't have this problem, is that if you want to use a battery grip with any of your products, then just forget it. There's no way. This probably won't be a problem with you, but yeah, as you can tell, it's not making the cut in terms of it fitting in the bag. Even if you tried to squeeze it in, I don't think it's healthy for the bag or even safe for this camera body. So no go there. Now, besides the uncomfortability of the bag, there is one last thing that is a huge con, and it's kind of sad, because they did advertise this as one of like the main points, where taking stuff in and out of the bag is just kind of a drag. Like, I understand that it's made in this way to be very innovative, but it just doesn't quite click. So, okay, let me give you a situation. You want to take a bunch of things out of the bag at once. How are you going to do that? Well, say you have a camera here and an external lens and another lens here. Well, then you have to open this pocket, and then you have to open that pocket, and hope the stuff doesn't roll out, because lenses can roll out sometimes. And then you have to take this out, take that out and then kind of finagle it here and then close both of these pockets before you start shooting. Or say you want to, you're in a situation where you want to access stuff from the top of the bag, right? Well, if you do that and you open the top of the bag, well, you can only access stuff right here, and then you hit that pocket and you can't feel anything. If you want to like get something down here, that's just not going to happen. I've had this problem a lot, and basically what you have to do is this little tango dance every time you want to pack and unpack the bag, where you're like standing up, freaking like you're going like that, and then you're going like this, and trying to get stuff like situated correctly, where is as if like if you had something a little faster, like this camera cube from Peak Design. See, I do like Peak Design. I'm not hating on their products. Peak Design, then you could easily just put it on your table and just go like bam, 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 then zip it up and you're good to go. Again, with the whole taking things in and out of the bag, I know they do advertise that, hey, you can have it on your back and then you can slide forward and then you can easily unzip it and take a photo, right? Well, say you do that and it's like this, you take it out and yeah, you take the photo, but then you can't exactly it's very hard to zip it back in and still get going. So that's a problem I had. Maybe not a problem for you. It just didn't feel as sleek as I wanted it to be. Yeah, just a personal gripe. Nothing too wrong there, but definitely the whole hocus pocus dance you have to do when you're trying to quickly unload and take things out of the bag, it's not going to happen. Due to the nature of what I do, a lot of the times I'll be on set and I use this as well as a couple Pelicans to get the job done. I use the Pelicans to store some more grip oriented stuff and this to store cameras and lenses. And yeah, you'd put this on a table a little away from your shoot, and then when you want to access stuff, it's like, oh shoot, now I have to go here and I have to reach around, and then I'm finagling with everything, and it's not really good in terms of stuff rolling out and whatnot. And if you don't have anywhere to put it and you have to put it on the floor, well then it's just terrible for taking things in and out, because you know, if it's on the floor and I'm standing like this, then you know I can't grab anything here. I'd have to reach around to the ground. Now I'm on the ground. Now I have to reach down, grab the stuff, and then try to do it. Whereas if you had something directly down where you could just grab and go, that'd be a lot smoother. So it seems like I'm hating on this bag a lot, but I actually do think it is genuinely a good bag with some heavy flaws. But overall, would I recommend it? I think actually for the most part, yes. Like I do hate on it a lot, but if you have a lighter load and you're not doing such a serious job of photography, if you have some cash to burn, try it out. But don't be like me and buy it online without trying it on. You should at least like get the bag, put some like gear in it, and then put it on your back, because that is the way you will find out whether or not it is the bag for you. Maybe put it on in Best Buy or something, walk around the store a couple times and make sure security isn't called. But yeah. Overall, you know, I just have a lot of respect for this bag and what Peak Design tried to do. It's just that it doesn't work for me. Again, you know, if you're a bigger guy, get the bigger load, because this is a 20 liter on me. A 30 liter might work better from most people my size. You know, this was the Peak Design, not camera cube, but the Peak Design everyday bag review. You know, just premium construction. If you're really into that, please. Cool stuff. See you guys later. Bye-bye.